Hey, what's up, guys? Kyle Gallup back with another video, and today I want to do my Toonami review for June 17th through June 18th, 2023. So, here we go. Starting off the block there, we had Unicorns Eternal. Didn't watch that. After Unicorns Eternal, we had Dr. Stone. So episode starts out with we see Senku was also flying in the balloon, taking the pictures there and shit like that. Mostly one of the, I think it was Suika or Suika or whatever. Actually. Mostly discovered something there. She technically discovered something there. She thought it was mostly the stuff they were technically looking for, like some diamond type of thing there. But technically, Senku was like saying it was not a diamond type of thing, but it was like some type of like puddle or some type of lake there. And he was suspecting if it was technically oil there, and technically like an oil. It's technically like oil fields and stuff like that. So he's like he's like trying to figure out how to get the oil fields there. Technically, they used a pig there, or technically not a pig, but technically a boar there to get it there and stuff like that. Mostly the boar was they're looking around for a boar there, and technically the boar was actually scratching up the ground there and stuff like that. And they're like, wait, what the heck is going on and stuff like that for it. And mostly Senku, and they're trying to look for it, and they didn't have no chance of looking for it. So Senku was like thinking about like, oh wait, one of them said something about they had a boar there, and mostly the boar was rolling. They mostly let the boar go there, and it was rolling around the oil there and stuff like that. So technically, they used that boar to actually find the oil fields, and they actually found it. So mostly. They thought it was water there, or some type of weird water there, but technically Senku actually put like a match in this like little cup there, and it like lighted in flames and stuff like that. And he said we found some oil there, so now they can actually get ready to build their boat there. So technically they technically build the boat there. He's like, oh yeah, this is a boat. He's like, yeah, this is technically a motorboat there, or not a motorboat, but a speedboat there. So technically, they use the oil there, or technically they use the oil there to put it in the boat there. Technically, right on there. Actually was saying something about he's like, oh, that's the technically love potion or whatever, and he's like. He's like, you mostly present as that and stuff like that. He's like, well, technically this is not really that. It's mostly gasoline there. He's like, what? And stuff like that. He's like, yeah, I didn't know you were really that stupid. That's what Senku was actually saying to him. Saying that you thought that was some type of potion there when it's technically gasoline. So technically they make their things there. They head off to the sea there. And then mostly... they want to try to make a GPS signal there. Mostly they made a GPS signal there and actually do it there and stuff. Technically, one of the, I think it was Mona there, was actually, has a crush on Chrome there, technically. She was gonna... Mostly she was technically blushing there, and mostly she was about to say something to Chrome there, and they get interfered by some weird thing there and stuff like that. And it was like one of those like little things they used a long time ago there. And then mostly they were saying it was saying why there. and then Senku was like, "You're the one that caused humanity to fall there." So that was the end of the episode there. So that was Doctor Stone. Um, After Doctor Stone, we had Food Wars. So episode starts out with we see uh, we see shit, crap. We see Soma versus Arano there. We're going into the finals there and stuff. Technically, Soma walks over to her food like in the previous episode, eats it, and said it was fucking like crap there. So technically, she was like thinking about that stuff and trying to technically, I think someone was trying to technically emulate her there to actually get out of her funk there, whatever she had there, mostly for like the cooking and stuff like that for it. So Selma actually made a type of food there and stuff, and he's like, he's like, take this there. He's like, this is for you, Bookmaster, and you, Erna, and stuff like that. That's what mostly he said to her and shit like that. Technically, she was eating they were eating the food there. Technically, I guess it was so amazing there. It actually shook the building. It actually broke the building there. And they're like, how it's mostly, and then they actually explain saying like how this mostly affects a building there, a fucking building there and stuff like that. And mostly, Erna was technically chowing down the food there, what someone technically made for her and stuff like that. But technically, when she was technically chowing it down, she said it was awful there. And well, I guess if you chow it completely up, I guess it's not really awful. I guess it might taste really delicious. I guess she just said that there. Mostly, someone said it was like, oh great, we got the old Erna back and shit like that. That's what he was saying and stuff like that. So technically, she's like mix her food there, and Toonami cut this out. Toonami cut this out. She's like, oh, you're gonna eat my food, and then Toonami fucking cut it out there, and because when it came back on commercials there, we see Soma. We thought Soma fucking won there, but he didn't. And he was kind of pissed off about it there, and he's like, oh, I'm gonna try to do it. He's like, how the hell I lost in the blue and shit like that. That's what he was actually saying. There he wants to do it there, and then they actually explain Erna fucking won the tournament there. They're like, oh, you did great to just getting that far there. We're gonna celebrate, okay. And stuff like that for it. And then in the end of the episode there, we just see technically someone dips out there and shit like that, and he fucking dips out and shit. Going back and stuff like that. We do see the credits there. During the credits when that was happening, there was actually a couple funny scenes there where technically Erna's father was actually came over and tell her good luck with your mother there and stuff like that for it, and that's what he was saying. And then she gets a bitch and she slaps him across the face there, saying, don't be stupid there. That was, she's like, as if you're being stupid about it and stuff like that. That's what she was actually saying. Technically, Soma technically was making the food in the end of the episode there. Mostly he made something crap at first there, making everybody in. They're like, oh, this is crap and shit like that. And he's like, haha. He's like, now taste my food, and then the end of the episode, it just says thank you on the top of the screen, and it says you're welcome. So that was the end of Food Wars there, and technically this is the last episode of Food Wars. So I don't know what it's gonna replace it. I guess Toonami is gonna repeat it. I don't know why. So yeah, so after Food Wars, there we had One Piece. There, episode starts out with everybody trying to get out of there. Mostly trying everybody trying to get out of the cave there and shit like that. Mostly Monet was getting the call from Joker there, aka Flamingo, telling just to blow up the island, and the only man who actually can live there is possibly Caesar there, and Caesar's kind of effed up right now. Thought he got Smoker's heart there. He's like, you know, this is it for you. He's like, this is it for you, Smoker, and all that other stuff there. So he grabs like a piece of metal there and stabs the heart there, but mostly it was not Smoker's heart there. It was technically Momet's heart there. He technically stabbed when she was about to press the button there. We got to see like a glimpse there where she actually pressed the button and blew up the island there. But technically, I guess Caesar technically stopped her from doing that in a way, because he thought mostly Caesar thought he had Smoker's heart, but technically it was technically Ome's heart. But when she got stabbed there, technically. Or technically, when her heart got stabbed, she technically died there, and technically that really pissed off the Joker there, or Flamingo there. Technically, pissed him off there, and he's like, so he was dashing to get there and shit like that. We do see we do see like Usopp there, or not Usopp, but we do see fucking the everybody was trying to escape there. Law was actually saying he switched the hearts there and gave Smoker his heart back and stuff like that. And technically, he actually said he's like that was not part of the deity and stuff like that for it. And then the gas comes out of nowhere, and they're like, "Oh, we have." And then Law was actually saying we need something with wind there, and then Nami actually said there, she's like, "Oh, I can do it." She's like, "I can do that shit," and mostly blow the wind out of there and shit like that. And then the end of the episode, we see Flamingo flying across the sky, and he's like, "I'm coming after you," and that's where the episode ends. So that was One Piece. Next, we had Naruto Shippuden there. So, episode starts out with we see Sasuke mostly kick some ass on some like ninja or so, or these civilians and stuff like that, or the Chihuahua police force was technically mostly making the Leaf Village look really, really bad and stuff like that for it. So Sasuke was technically intimidated there and stuff like that for it. And then he's like, well, and stuff like that. They're like, "Oh, Commander, we need to do this." And then mostly Sasuke tell him to shut the fuck up there. And he's like, this worried about your own time there. That's what he told him there and shit like that. Technically, he walks away. Technically, Sasuke's father there was actually saying, "What do you need to do?" Being like with the he was mostly trying to praise Itachi there. Mostly Sasuke gets pissed off there and tries to run and stuff like that for it. when Naruto comes back to the village, so when Naruto comes back to the village, he's like, "Oh, I'm home," and stuff like that. He's like, "What actually happened? It's like a ghost town here," and stuff like that. And then they mostly explained the Uchiha forces there didn't want them to open up shops and stuff like that. Technically, this little lady was trying to open up her shop there, and technically, the Uchiha forces were trying to pick on a little old lady. Technically, they're almost going to do something to her and stuff. Naruto comes in, saves the day there. He's like, "What are you guys are doing?" and stuff like that. And then mostly Sasuke was like saying like, like looking at him like that temp there. He's like, how the hell you got straw in there, type of thing. And he's like, he's like, you're still weak. And then mostly Naruto and Sasuke were about to fight there. Technically Donzo broke it up there and stuff like that. He's like, you guys need to break it up there and stuff like that. That's what he was actually saying to him. He's like, and then Naruto told him to back off there and stuff like that. He told Donzo to back off. And then they took Naruto away, and they said you can't really say that to Donzo there, and stuff like that. He was like mostly a feudal lord and stuff like that for it. And he told and mostly Donzo was telling Sasuke there, saying, well, there's some more power there and stuff like that. That's what he was saying. And he was telling them to go to Orochimaru. Technically, his father kicked him out of the police force there. And then he told, Donzo told, in the end of the episode, we see Donzo actually telling Sasuke to go to the police force there. And that's because, they told him to go into the police force there. And that's where the episode ends. So, yep. We actually had My Hero Academia. That's a rerun. So, yep. Comment, rate, response to his mirrors. We like mirrors. Please subscribe. Hit the notification once I upload to my live streams. Comment, response to his mirrors. Okay, out. Add your peace.